teaching. So I'm going to show you my favorite farsighted cartoons of all time here. And this is what teaching is like very often.
That's right.
Not that it's hell, it's just sometimes you don't have good choices. And this one, oh, there's so much there we can talk Let's capture the general experience of teaching, but he also goes into the classroom quite often and kind of makes fun of the experiences there. It's the next one I want to focus on this morning. Because being voted as Educator of the Year is an honor. I'm honored. I was very honored by that. But I want to show you a Gary Larson comic that I think really captures what being Educator of the Year has felt like to me. Gary Larson said himself about his own work. He said, I know what I was going for, I just have to face the fact that I don't always get there. That's what he said. And in teaching, I often know what I'm going for, but I have to face the fact that I often don't get there. And I brought visual proof of this failure this morning. One is from a test students wrote this year, and one is from a student evaluation. Here's a student evaluation. I dreaded going to this class. I would sit at my desk and feel symptoms of something and count the minutes until it was over.
Nice job.
I know I'm going for, sometimes I don't care. Sometimes I break one of the principal rules of teaching. First, do no harm. Wow. I break that, and my students know it. And they're sitting there going, yes, well, that ship has already sailed, last this quarter. But here's the thing about first do no harm. It's really tricky, because there's a second fundamental principle about teaching, and it's this, that I believe that the process of educating and the process of becoming educated means, in the fullest sense, we have to take a journey to the far side sometimes. And what that means is that we have to try to find our yet undiscovered boundaries of what we know and what we can do and what we understand. And once we find those boundaries, maybe extend them a little bit. But first do no harm. But to extend boundaries is uncomfortable. Wow, what do I do with that? I'm wondering if sometimes both educators and students feel this way about the educational process. That education is a form of torture, it's thinly disguised, right? That you kind of have to resist so you live through it. And educators will let by any means possible. This is the dirty secret about learning. And I'm not sure that we as educators really talk about it enough or think about it. That we often do not know where our boundaries are until we fail. We just sometimes don't know. And so that is very frightening. And so here's the thing about learning. It can be a frightening experience. True education is not very comfortable. It involves taking risks. And here's the dirty secret about teaching. And it's one that I feel very vulnerable about. And one of the reasons that I'm a little nervous this morning to talk about it. Because it makes me feel vulnerable. In his book, Parker Palmer writes in his courage to say it. So I'll just let him say it for me. Here's what he says. I'm a teacher at heart, and there are moments in the classroom where I can hardly bear the joy. But after 27 years of teaching, my own fear remains close at hand. It is there when I enter the classroom and feel an undertow to which I have jumped. It is there when I ask the question and my students keep a silence as stony as if I've asked them to betray their friends. It is there whenever it feels as if I've lost control and irrational conflict emerges, or students get lost in my lecture because I myself am lost. When a class that has gone badly comes to a merciful end, I am fearful, long after it is over. Fearful that I am not just a bad teacher, but a bad person. So closely is my sense of self tied to the work that I do. I do not know for sure if there are other professors in this room who feel that way. But maybe they do. Because we're not teaching here at PUC for the money, let me assure you